Hey everyone. So this video is going to do contouring. When I used to do drag on a regular basis, I actually didn't know about contouring, and I never actually used to bother. I just literally used to throw some blush on and out the door. I've never looked at any of my pictures and thought, oh my god, flat face, because of the makeup and the foundation being quite heavy. It does block out some of your features. But yeah, I never looked at any of mine and thought, well. So I didn't used to do this. Now I know about it, I actually quite enjoy doing it, and I think it does add something to the look. So I am going to do it for you guys. I don't have a specific foundation or things that I use to contour with. I know you can get special contouring, highlight, that kind of stuff, packs, in foundation or just powders. I use pressed powders just because I'm a bit of a cheapskate, and they were the cheapest ones that I found at the time. So for my contour, I'm going to use Collection 2000 pressed powder. This is in 15, which is warm bronze. It's sort of chocolate powder colour, like drinking chocolate. Which is fine for my skin tone because, like I've said on my other videos, I am extremely pasty, even with this foundation, which gives me quite an orange colour, and you may be able to see the difference on my neck between my natural skin tone and my face. So I'm just going in with a big fluffy brush, which I'm pretty sure is a blush brush, but it might be a foundation brush. I'm not very au fait with brushes. It's the brush I like to use. I'm sure someone will possibly comment for me and tell me what brush this is. So anyway, just take a nice amount of the product on and tap the excess off, and you just want to follow. I generally follow from where my sideburn stops, and I've actually got a bone there so it actually dips in, and I follow along the hollow of my cheek, so I've got a bump there and it goes in. So I come down here and I stop almost where that line is. Don't know why I've got a line there, but that line. So I come along there, and then I also do along my chin because I don't have a very strong jawline. It just helps cut that back a bit. If you have an Adam's apple, if you pop a contour over the top of it, it will make it recede. It won't make it as obvious. I obviously have quite an obvious Adam's apple. Contouring may have helped me in the past. You can also contour your temples, depends what wig you're wearing. Some wigs it's not worth doing. And then obviously down the sides of your nose if you want to. So without further ado, let's get going. So going in here, I'm pinching the brush slightly and I'm just running that along. It will look quite scary when it goes on, just to warn you, but when it's all blended out it won't look that bad. So just darkening that up, running it up into the hairline a little bit. It does also depend how you want your contour. You can contour in different shapes, so you can scoop it, you can just do a straight, you can stop short, so you've just got a little indent there. The world's your oyster. Do what feels right for you. Follow your face shape. Like I say, you just want it in that hollow. However you decide to do it is your choice. So that looks quite dark now, that's quite nice. So you can see that. And then I'll do my neck as well, even though there's not actually foundation on there. So just going from behind your ear and then along your jaw. So you can see that gives quite a nice definition to your jawline, which looks quite severe at the moment, but later on it will lessen. So just doing it up into the hairline a little bit. This won't really show that much on me because when I've popped the wig on, if I pop the wig on, I may just stop. Go out in public like this, see what people think. But my wig will cover that. So just doing the same on the other side, hairline along my jaw, sorry, along the hollow of my cheek, because this isn't my jawline at all. And just you want the darker colour in your ear, so if you sort of concentrate it and then pull it in, you'll get the sort of right shading. Put that quite far down on that side, so I need to just bring that in a little bit more. That's fine. And then the jaw, behind the ear, and along. Behind the ear and along. And you can do a little bit under the chin as well. And then if you want, just blend that down a little bit. Temple area, because I've got bits that recede quite far. It's not a receding hairline, I was born like that. Honest. Okay, so you can see done the hollows of the cheeks, under the jaw and the temples. If you want to contour your nose, take a thinner brush. I've made that mistake in the past, it's not a pretty one. The easiest way to do it is probably with a eyebrow brush or an eyebrow blending eyeshadow or eyeshadow blending brush. I've got an eyeshadow brush, it's slightly fluffy, so I'm going to use that one. My nose naturally has a wonk to it, which you can probably see just here. Just here. Wonk, wonk, wonk. So when I do this, I have to work against it to cancel it out. So you want to run from sort of the indent just straight down the side here. So you want to end at this bubble. So straight down and take it just round the end. Oh, that tickles. And straight down, working against the bubble. And on the end, which tickles. This isn't actually all that dark a shade on me. If you wanted to, you could go darker and have a more obvious contour. But for me, this is enough, because like I say, I never used to wear a contour. And it should almost join up with your artificial crease that you've drawn in there. And mine actually does. Oops, I didn't mean it to. I'm just blending it down a little bit, so I don't look quite so dirty as I feel that I look. And it's now darker on one side than the other, joy. So just blend it down. You want to blend it away from the centre of your nose, you don't want to blend it up onto your nose, because if you blend it up onto your nose, it's not acting as a contour anymore, it's just a dirty smudge on your face. So, blending it down. You can use your fingers if that's any easier for you guys, or you feel like you're getting a better finish with it. Sometimes it's easier to take off a little bit of the product as well by using your fingers. So that's it for that. You can also, to help your bottom lip look fuller, I've got quite a full bottom lip anyway, but if you just add a little bit of a contour here, it just helps the bottom lip look like it's coming forward more, casting a shadow down. So you don't need a lot of a contour there, but just a little one. So that's it for the contouring one. Lid's back on. And taking my fluffy brush again, making sure I've got all the dark stuff out of it. And I'm just doing that by rubbing it across my hand. This one's quite good for not hanging onto the product that much anyway. So, and then I'm taking, again, a pressed powder in Collection 2000. This is 18 Ivory, which I'm using as my highlight. Excuse me. And just loosening the product with the brush so that it's nice and loose on the actual thing, and then taking some on the end of the brush. And I really want to pack this on, so I'm going to take quite a lot of this on my brush, and I'm just running this under my eye and out to my temple. So I'm avoiding the apple of my cheek, although it doesn't really matter if you do get it down there, but from where the contour on the nose stops, under the eye, all the way up and out to the hairline. So, and the same on the other side. This might help with the orange as well that I've got going on. So you're almost running in line with this wing that you've done, so follow that out and sort of where this lump starts for your cheekbone. So it's this area, triangle almost. I don't even know what shape that would be. But yeah, so I look really tired. I am really tired. It's very late. So again, I'm just pressing that straight onto my skin. I'm not trying to blend it at all at the moment. I'm just stippling it straight on, and as close to the under eye as I can get. Like I say, you don't need to use any fancy products. If you've got them, use them. If not, just find something that works. I think this cost me about £2, £2.50. Really wasn't a lot. Okay, other places to contour. Highlight. You want to highlight? Ignore me. You want to pop a bit on your chin? Obviously not going over the contour that you've placed under your lip. You want to place some in this gap here. And the same on the other side. I don't tend to place a lot there because I don't have that big a space really. And your forehead, just in the centre, because obviously you will have contoured on the outside if you've got a wig that's sitting further back. If you have a problem with sweating or looking greasy, excess powder can help with that as well. There are also powders available that absorb sweat, which can be really, really handy, especially if you're going on stage. Lots of excess on there now. Whew, powdery. So I'm going back in with that fluffy eyebrow brush. Keep saying eyebrow. Eyeshadow. Just making sure I've got all the excess off by running it on my hand, and I'm pretty sure that's fine. And taking that same pale powder, and I'm just going to run a line straight down my nose, so nice and white, and I'm just running that straight down my nose. And another nice place to pop a little highlight is just in your cupid's bow here, which will help your top lip look fuller. So obviously you've contoured the bottom, then you highlight the top, so just along the top. If you have got any foundation on your lips, obviously I've got a small amount here, and you're going to be wiping it off, might be an idea to wipe first before you do the contouring around the mouth, just in case you then upset the contour by doing that wipe off. So I'm just placing it all the way along, focusing it mainly on this area here, which is the actual cupid's bow. and just on the tops there. So, and now I'm going to do what I told you not to do, and I'm going to wipe off this corner just because it's annoying me now I know it's there. It's been out a while now, so it's not very wet. So, but I'm happy with all of that now. I tend to wrinkle my forehead a lot when you can see it there. And so, because I'm doing this a lot to look in thing, when I do that, it shows in my makeup, which is why I tend to wear things with fringes. But you can just rub your finger over it and it will get rid of some of it, to be fair. And I've just forgot that I had the highlight there. Oops. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and do my blush, and that will help blend everything together. And if I've got any harsh lines left, I'll blend those out. So I'm going to go in with this blusher brush, which is really, really cheap. I think this came in a kit that I got for Christmas from a housemate at university. It's really cheap, it's really rubbishy, but it works amazingly, and it's my favourite blusher brush. So as I said in one of my earlier videos, I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow, which is Collection 2000 Dazzle Me in Sugar Plum number 7. Just tap it because it's a shaker, and then go in with some of the product, tapping it off because that's loads. So I've got a little bit there. Actually, probably looks like more than it actually is. And I'm just going to go onto the apples of my cheeks. If you're unsure where to put it, smile, big smile. You'll see exactly where it's meant to go. So right here on these bits, so it's nice and pink, and then blend it back. And you're blending it in that gap that you've left between the highlight and the contour, and by blending them all together, it will just look really, really pretty. And I generally bring it straight up as well. So this does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, so it does give a glow to the cheek, which is really, really nice. Well, I like it anyway. It may not work for you if you want to just use a standard blush. I do have standard blushes. I just prefer to do it this way. So again, onto the cheek and blend it back. Swirls and strokes. Oh, you can still see my black eye. Beautiful. And then again up into the hairline a bit. So I'm not using very much. Whatever I've got on my brush, I'm just helping to blend everything together. And then if I've got any harsh lines left, I will go in, because there's nothing left really on this brush, especially once I've beaten it. This is so dirty, this brush. So I'm just going to go in and take some off my nose, take it out my forehead because that was really powdery earlier, and blend this all down. I can't really see my lowlights, contours, in my mirror, but I can see them really obviously in the camera, and it's really bugging me. Note to self: follow your own advice and don't put so much on. So. So yeah, so that covers contour, highlights and blusher. I'm going to cut it there now because that's 20 minutes, and I'll see you in the next video for lips and the finished look. Thanks very much. See you.